Dealing with a bad boss isn't just challenging, it's actually overwhelmingly exhausting. You're potentially stunting your professional development while feeling really unhappy in the process. So how do you overcome a bad boss? First, we have to talk about what are the commonalities of a bad boss typically. As an employee who's had many bad bosses, you'll probably experience a lot of things like increased stress, reduced motivation, poor work-life balance, a decline in self-esteem, and instability and insecurity. If any of those sound like you and you're in this setting where you're working with a bad boss, you're feeling overwhelmed, stressed, insecure, or just feeling overall blah, let's talk about how to make that better. Step one is to know who you're working with. You want to know what specifically is affecting your boss or what kind of player your boss is on this overall scheme. Is your boss a micromanager? The boss who's constantly looking over your employee's shoulder, questioning every decision and controlling every aspect of their work? Are they the bully? A bully boss uses fear and intimidation to manage their team, often belittling or disrespecting their employees. Is it an absentee boss? Is this the boss that's never around, leaving you to fend for yourself without proper guidance? Or is it an incompetent boss? Is this the boss that lacks necessary skills or experience to effectively lead a team, causing frustration and confusion among your team? But if you can pinpoint who your bad boss is, it helps to create an action plan to be able to move forward. The second thing that you want to do is take care of yourself. There's this saying with airlines, if you've been on a plane before, where they say, put on your face mask. In case of emergency, put on your face mask first before helping others. And the reason they say that is because if you are passed out on an airplane in an emergency, you're not helping anybody. So, and the same thing applies here. If you're so worried about appeasing your boss or you're so worried about looking over your shoulder that you're not taking care of yourself, you are going to get burned out. You're not going to have anything left to give. And by the end of it, you're just going to feel like a husk of a person. So take care of yourself. Set boundaries, find support, make sure that you do things that you love, even if it's outside of work, finding a hobby, things like that. Step three is to communicate effectively. You know who your bad boss is, you take care of yourself. The third thing that you want to do is communicate effectively, whether that be setting hard boundaries with your boss, whether it be communicating your needs, your wants, or whether it be just standing up for yourself and telling your boss to back off. When communicating with your boss, you want to make sure that you're direct, that you're actively listening to what they're saying, and you want to make sure that you offer solutions. If there's a problem with your boss, if there's a problem with your organization, you want to be direct with your supervisor or whoever you're talking to and say, this is not working for me. Here is a solution for how we can make it better. And then hear how they respond. Maybe they'll jump on board, maybe they won't. It might be something where you have 2 or 3 conversations about how to make your working relationship better with a bad boss or in a bad setting to be able to feel comfortable. The fourth thing that you want to do when working with a bad boss is document everything. This is mostly in case of emergencies, if you get laid off, if there's any conflict, a specific thing that you have to file with HR, but you want to document everything. This includes date and times of incidences, specifics involved with a specific incident. I recommend this especially if you're working with a boss like a bully who likes to belittle you or kind of undermine what you're working on. The more that you can document when it happens and get other people's support or other people's perspective on it, it's going to be very, very helpful for you. Step 5 is to reframe your own experience. A lot of times what happens when you have a bad boss is your self-esteem or your worth is sometimes contingent on the feedback that you receive. And this happens to me a lot and happened to me when I was first starting out. But if you can reframe your experience and saying every opportunity is ability to learn and is a new step for me, then you kind of take the pressure off of yourself to say, I don't need their approval. I don't need my supervisor's approval to know that my work is good. Identify your own areas for improvement. What can you do better next time? What are things that are really working in your favor? Or what is something that you've done that you've learned a lot from that you're able to apply to the next project you work on? And if you're looking for more information on the type of bad boss that you're working with, check out this video that I made talking about the different types of bad bosses that you might have and how to work with them. And with that, I'll see you on the next one.